Some mornings I don't necessarily drink coffee. What I do is I have tea, and sometimes I have tea first and then I'll have coffee later. But I also make sure that I take my vitamins at some point. I don't remember on this particular day if I did take my vitamins, but that I do because it's really cold this day. It's just a way of getting my body go. I'm not really a big fan of water when I cup, but I will have it. Point. I started drinking oat milk when I thought I had IBS syndrome, which is kind of irritable bowel syndrome. And since I started drinking oat milk, it got a lot better, but it didn't stop there. I'll tell you the whole story another day. Anyway, today is kind of a tidying up day. The house was not as messy as I would have expected it to be, but it was kind of untidy. So it was a tidy day and just catching up with other jobs so that they don't overwhelm during the week, and having a look at the plants and just making sure that they are perfect and thriving. Even though it's winter and we get any sunshine. Actually, I think we get about 7 hours sunshine, which is a bummer, but what can we do? I think I'll show you the weather and how it's looking outside. It was a very gloomy day on this day, so I just had to work with what I had. So I first off start by tidying up the sofas. I just fluff up the cushions, I arrange the blankets and just make it look a little pretty before I do any dusting or ring. And I was wearing my pajamas on this particular day, and I have absolutely no shame, even though I have to say, like, I used to think that silk pajamas are really nice and warm over winter. They're not. So I really don't know. I think this is satin. This was not silk. These I got from Amazon. These are satin. So maybe the real silk ones would be a lot better than these satin. But what I can tell you is these satin pajamas in winter are really cold. You have to blast heating on, and with electric bills rising and gas bills rising all the time, you don't want that. So I would recommend maybe some sort of fleecy pajamas. These something that you probably wear over spring summer, I guess. Let me know in the comments below if you wear silk pajamas, satin pajamas, and if they work for you. If you wear silk and they're really warm, that would be really interesting. Where do you buy them? Most are really expensive. Do you have any affordable place? Or get some silk pajamas. This is my diary that I do write in sometimes, but I've been really slacking. I always like to have a lip balm at hand, especially in winter, because my lips are dry constantly. But this Lano lip really helped. Now let me move you with me to start tidying up a different area of the room, because it's kind of, I don't want to say it's minimalistic, but it's kind of slightly less cramped than it used to be. It doesn't take me very long to tidy up, and I do this every day if I can, so that I just minimize the job that I have to do when I'm doing a thorough clean. So when I'm doing a thorough clean and the house is clean, it just makes life a lot easier for myself when it's already tidy. Oh, the dreaded dishes. Of course, they need to be done at some point. Anyway, I think magic happened and the dishes were done, and I ran off to the shops. Really, I was going to get some things, so I had to go to a shop that is a little further from me and that is a little bit more expensive. It's called Waitrose, if you know, from the UK. I don't usually shop there unless I'm really pressed and I don't have an alternative. Most of the time I try and find some budget friendly alternatives, but on this particular day I needed something that I could only find in Waitrose, so I had to go to Waitrose and I picked up a few things while I was there. I can't be the only one obsessed with making things in the bathroom look a little prettier. So I have this mouthwash container, which I'm just washing over here in the sink, because we put things that we put in our mouth, so it's almost like I treat it like a food item, like a cup or plate or a spoon. So I wash it in the sink before I decant my mouthwash in there. It just helps the bathroom look a little prettier. I bought this from Black and Barn. If I remember, I will link it below, but if I don't, just ask me in the comments if you want to know the website that I'm talking about.